And if you do that, probably you may not have to bear many conflicts in life. And our civilization will be much more secure if we were much better prepared. Today, to talk on this subject, we are very fortunate that we have got two very illustrious personalities. We have got Manya Nivedita Didi, who has devoted her life to this cause. She has studied, intensely thought about it, interacted with the people of this country, had done tremendous work in the field of education, had been, from 1972, she became a full-time Jeevan Bharti worker with the Vivekananda Kendra in Kanyakumari, and thereafter she was also a Secretary Education. She was the principal of the college there. She had been working on rural development, education, training and camps, and she also represented India at the various international conferences, including the UNESCO conference on teaching and learning. We are going to hear her very profound views. I am sure that will greatly benefit by her very original and thoughtful views. Today we also have a very renowned scholar, journalist, author, and I think his name may not be something as a new name for most of the people who are present in this hall. Mr. François Gauthier had been originally a journalist who had been writing for Geneva-based Journal of Genève, and then for Figaro, and thereafter had authored many books of eminence. I was just seeing one book with Manya Nivedita Didi. The book. He has tried to reinterpret the history. He has tried to invent. He has tried to see the basics of the history as India has unfolded itself over many centuries, and how it has not really been represented very correctly, and there was always a vested interest in giving a turn to the history, in interpreting the history in a way that serves some vested interests. So may I request now Manya Nivedita Didi to give her talk to us, which will be followed by the chairperson's concluding remarks about this talk. Thank you very much.
Respected Shri Ajit Dovalji, Director, Vivekananda International Foundation, respected Frank Bhai, I am very happy that he is presiding today, because from the beginning I am admirer of his articles, and I have forwarded many of his articles to many of our Karyakartas in Vivekananda Kendra. We are all celebrating Universal Brotherhood Day, that is 11 September 1893. Swami Vivekananda had given a call for brotherhood. But when he gave the call, he made it very clear that the brotherhood is not possible if our approach is this only. This is the truth. Nothing else is truth. So everyone should get fitted in this mold. If this exclusive approach is adopted, it cannot lead to peace, happiness, brotherhood, but it would lead to violence, to lot of turmoil in human society. And this exclusive approach can be given up only if we have universal acceptance, not just tolerance but acceptance. And acceptance is possible only if there is a vision of oneness. That is, it is the one which has become many. Today in pacifism, the remedy or cause of conflict and Oriental experience, this is what we shall try to see. Before going to Oriental experience, respected Ajit Dovalji has given us very good outline. This search for peace, because whenever a human heart experiences peace, it is never a peace of graveyard or a peace, of the silence that is there just before a storm. But it is always a dynamic action where there is oneness, interconnectedness pursued. For example, you are somewhere near a river, the river is flowing with all its force, the birds are singing. Many stones are getting rolled over. It's not that there is no movement. And yet you feel the whole nature is in tune with same principle and you feel peaceful. You go to a family where there are many persons in that family and yet they are all connected to each other. Each one's actions are different, but there is a basic oneness there felt, and therefore you feel peaceful in that family. So whether in human society, in the whole world, the peace can be achieved, that there is no adversity, no adversarial relations, no violence, but acceptance of each other. And this search of peace is expressed in various ideologies, religion, all that. But we are not going into that. The word pacifism as such, was coined in 1902 in the 10th International Peace Conference. So, of course, the idea is old and many consider it in internet when I did some research on the word pacifism. All consider it basically as a Christian thought. Pacifism is a Christian thought. We know Moses had told, "Thou shalt not kill." Or Jesus had told, if someone slaps you on one cheek, you turn the other cheek. Or Matthew writes that the peacemakers shall go to the heaven. In the mouth of Jesus, this is what is quoted by Matthew. And therefore, pacifism as defined is a moral principle that you will not resort to war or you will not respond by violence to war or violent acts or killing of human life. You will avoid it. You will not go for war. You will not enter into violent acts. Even the response to violent acts should not be violent. It should be through through compromise, through negotiations. That is how the violent act should be contained. This is what pacifism says. Now, three things are there: war, violent acts, and human life. Unfortunately, we see in our country, I think more about it, Kankase Bose is covering it, we were just discussing, that the pacifism gets applied only very selectively. For example, when it comes to human life, Afzal Guru, we say that he should not be hanged. He has a 7-year-old daughter. So his wife's, his daughter's picture is published and everyone talks about it. Human life is very sacred. But what about the human life that went because of his violent and terrorist acts? That nobody talks. Or whether it is this stone pelting that is going on in Kashmir. So we go on, following the carrot principle. That no, we will do that, okay, we shall go back to 1953 situation, we will do this, we will do that, stop, don't do this. We are not taking a firm action because pacifism, somewhere, it works, but somehow we are applying in our country selectively. But we will not go into that because we want to really see the philosophy and principle that is there.